and welcome to Americans Learn. My name is Lauren, and today I'm looking at another Lindsay Nicole Big Cats That We Know Of video. I think I promised I was going to do this one next, even though I wanted to do the extinct video. Said I was going to do this one, and I don't want to be a liar if I can remember not to be one. So we're doing, and I am excited to watch this one too. I am very excited to watch it. I don't want to pretend I'm not. I am. So today, here we are watching Big Cats That We Know Of, episode 4. This one's about the lions and tigers and stuff, which is excellent. So let's begin.
Cats, big cats.
Hey.
Big cats, big cats, big cats.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a large cat? They're the most iconic animals on the planet, symbols of strength, royalty, and have influenced cultures around the world. I bet you're familiar with all of them, but how well do you really know them? Today we're going to be going through the emergence of this iconic branch of the cat family tree. So, without further ado, my name is Lindsay Nicole, and this is the history of cats that we know of.
Okay. Sorry, I was like, I didn't want to sneeze. Got to stare into a light.
This is Nico. She's Koya's new sister. Come on. She's very loud and will not stop moving. Ever. Hey, 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 hey.
Cat!
I knew I wanted to get Koya a sister. If you know the lore, you might know that Koya used to have a brother named Odie, but we no longer live with Odie and his mother. I thought Koya was pretty lonely, even though Odie was a terror to her. So I decided to get her a sister. And I think she is very happy. They're adjusting.
Good.
A week and a half. And considering how stubborn Koya is, I think that this is going very well. And I have 2 big cats in my home. Well, actually, Koya's a big cat. Nico is a little tiny cat. She's only 6 pounds. And she already had kittens. I guess she was found kittens on the street. She's probably about a year old, but she looks younger than that. All of her kittens got adopted. So then I adopted her because she's really cute. She also acts like a street rat, though. She climbs all over everything.
Sounds like she is a street rat.
We're adjusting. We're getting there. We're adjusting. Anyway, on to the slightly larger cats.
It's hot
Let's
in
get
here.
the general
Giving myself little braids.
out of the way. If you're familiar with the classification of big cats, I'm sure you've heard that they're in the genus Panthera, your classic lions, tigers, leopards, snow leopards, jaguars.
That was a chunky snow leopard.
But there's a couple other cats with leopard in their name that we are including today. Yeah, clouded leopards. The mainland and the sundown used to be the same. Turned out to be 2 different species in genus Neophilis. So, obviously not in genus Panthera.
Look how chunky!
They are in the subfamily Pantherinae. Very closely related, but not enough to make it into the exclusive club. Our focus today is on the popular kids, as well as the ones that get invited to the parties but aren't cool enough to be in the group chat. This is a bit confusing. I know, especially because the tree I showed you last.
That was me my senior year of high school. It's like, I got kind of like half-hearted invitations to some of those parties, and I was like, no.
Last time grouped all
wasn't really my
as Panthera. Honestly, I don't fucking know why. Your guess is as good as mine. It might not seem like a big deal because, yes, the whole Pantherinae lineage split off from the rest about 10.8 million years ago. Shit still played out the way it played out. You can still see the Neophilis split in a diagram, even if it's not labeled. Why does it matter? I guess it kind of doesn't, but there are a few key differences between the exclusive big cats and their Neophilis cousins worth mentioning. Number 1, their size. This group, the subfamily as a whole, has an insane size range, about 25 to 700 pounds. That's fucking nuts. But that smaller end of the range is there because of the clouded leopards. 25 pounds is not really that big. That's only like 2 Koyas. Koya needs to lose weight. She is on weight loss food, but every time I have my friends watch her when I'm out of town, they overfeed her. They do the whole nice ants thing. Then I come back, all the progress is gone. So we're working on it, but that is like 4 Nicos. Anyway, also, their teeth. The big cats have 30. Neophilis lost a couple. Also, their eyes. Big cats have round pupils. Neophilis, nope. Vertical, elliptic. And of course, arguably the most important.
So we're still keeping them?
Ability to roar. Big cats roar. Due to the nature of their hyoid bone, it is not fully ossified or fixed by bone. Instead, by flexible tendons, allowing it to bounce around and shit, create a roar.
Cool.
They also have specific vocal folds. Neophilis, now, their hyoid is ossified, hardened, and fixed by bone. So, no roar. Sad. I know. One thing they do have in common is their long tails. Who doesn't love a long tail? Also, they all have some sort of spot or rosette for camouflage and elusivity. I know what you're thinking. I don't think so. Just wait. You will see that what I said is true.
Oh, it's so true.
On the theme of
crazy. I can never find
That's how I'm going to introduce each of these cats with a picture where they're camouflaged. I came up with this idea while I was researching. Turns out there are some big cat camouflage pictures that are better than others. Some of these are going to be really easy. Maybe you like that though. And you got to not only
like the easy ones.
Find it, but also figure out which cat it is. Yeah,
No!
I'm leaving in a quiz.
No!
I know many of you bitches do not
That's
watch my
so
quiz.
mean, Lindsay.
So, guess what? This time you can't escape it. You are completely fucked. Just kidding. This is not gonna be that hard.
Curses.
Turns
It's
out,
gonna be so
not
hard.
every single cat has a camouflage picture where it's really hard to find them. So you should be smooth sailing, but I guess we'll see. All right, first up.
Oh, I see it.
Cat.
Saw it.
Clouded leopard. You are correct.
Oh, I wasn't
Yes,
guessing
you
the type.
found it. Maybe you know me better than I realized and figured I'd get the clouded leopards out of the way for organizational purposes. Either way, round of applause for you.
I found it, but I
Didn't
didn't
get
try
it.
and
We'll have
guess
other
the
cats
cat.
for you to try out. You gotta get
I forgot about that part almost immediately.
one or I will be disappointed in you. And trust me, you do not want to know what that feels like. So yeah, this is the clouded leopard, the tree climbing cats of Southeast Asia. Medium size compared to other big cats, like I said, about 25 to 50 pounds.
So tiny.
With body lengths ranging from 2 to 3.5 feet. But that's without the tail. The tail
I've
can
seen that
double
picture
it. They actually
recently.
have the highest tail to body length ratio.
I saw that picture like 2 days ago for the first time where they're like Spider-Manning around on the on the vines or the branches or whatever.
Any feline that we know of. A perfect adaptation for balancing in the trees. Their coats are stunning, large, cloud-shaped spots outlined in black, with darker speckled interiors that perfectly camouflage them in the dappled sunlight filtering through dense rainforests. And one of their coolest features are their big-ass upper canine teeth, the longest relative to body size of any living cat.
Oh, cool.
That we know of, reminiscent of the saber-toothed cats,
Yes,
of course,
I was looking at
from
that.
the Macarodon lineage. Episode 2. However,
Cute.
convergent, not related at all.
Oh.
Not even really convergent. Like, yeah, they're not related at all, but they're also not saber teeth. They're just slightly
Yeah,
longer.
they're just
If
long.
you watched episode 2, you know saber teeth evolved many times in Earth's history. With the cats, just so happened that the clouded leopards
Yeah, those
went
are
a
so
little
conical.
bit longer towards the Macarodont's length, but not all the way there. And actually, clouded leopards' jaws can open up 87 degrees, which is way wider than most
Yikes.
modern cats. So kind of like the saber-tooths, but saber-tooths are still on top. With like, what did I say? 120 degrees max? It's fucking nuts. It's like, eh. And once again, only similar in appearance, not in ancestry, or even in practical use.
Just
Clouded leopards don't
happened.
kill using slashing bites. Instead, they typically deliver a powerful bite to the nape of the neck. Boom, asphyxiation. So what exactly
Ooh.
did the lineage that led to Neophilus diverge from Panthera about 6.2 million years ago during the late Miocene? That little split on the tree, that was 6.2 million years ago, during a time of changing habitats, new savannas and rainforests, a boom of herbivores. That right there is the recipe needed for a diversification of carnivores that would eventually lead to the clouded leopards we know and love today. Both species are perfectly built for a tree-dwelling lifestyle. They have massive paws,
Look at those
a long
beans.
tail for balance, and extremely flexible ankles letting them shoot down trees head first, which, if you watch the episode on the smaller cat lineage,
That's kinda
you'll know
terrifying.
is not necessarily unusual. Many cats live like predatory squirrels. In
That
this
is
case,
scary.
though, these are extremely large predatory squirrels. They mainly hunt in the trees, as you would expect, with prey like actual squirrels, small rodents, various monkeys like macaques, leaf
Sorry,
monkeys,
macaques.
birds, slow lorises, also pangolins. So yeah, they'll also
Don't eat
hunt
the
on the
pangolin.
ground sometimes, small deer, other small mammals. But if there are tigers around, they're the fuck up in trees. They're not
Fair.
interested in dealing with the roided up
Fair
linebackers
enough.
of the cat community. Like I mentioned before, clouded leopards used to be considered a single species until 2006, when genetic studies revealed that there are actually two. The continental populations are now called the Indo-Chinese clouded leopard, while those on Sumatra and Borneo are the Sunda clouded leopard. These two species have been evolving separately for about 1.5 million years.
Wow.
Maybe a little less, maybe 1 million. Since sea levels rose after an ice age,
That's not that
isolating
long,
the island
but
populations.
still.
The Sunda clouded leopard tends to be darker and grayer, with a more robust head, arguably almost too robust. This makes me feel a little uneasy, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the size ratio. I feel like it's a little bit too fucked up. I also mentioned clouded leopards don't roar, due to the nature of their hyoid bone and lack of vocal fold structures required. So, what do they sound like? They've got all sorts of little
Cheetahs?
things. They've got these low moaning roars that are much softer than the roars you're thinking of. They also chuff. They do chuffing sounds when they're happy.
You're so cute.
Tigers do this. I've worked
Cute.
with tigers. You always greet them by chuffing. It's like, I'm gonna seem like a fucking cat lady doing this. You just go up to them, you go, and then they do it back. And then you just have this conversation, like, and then they do it, and it's really, really cute. It's really fucking cute.
Okay,
Snow
next time I
leopards
see a
do it
tiger.
too, apparently, but I've never worked with snow leopards. And I've never worked with clouded leopards.
That's
so
cute.
maybe one day though, and then I can do it to them as well. Clouded leopards also growl, hiss, meow, to communicate various emotions, agitation, happiness, a friendliness, anything you can think of. It's kind of like their vocal behavior sits between small cats and big cats. It's almost like a transitional thing, but it's not. It's not an actual transition thing, but it's kind of like it. They might be able to purr, but it's not like the typical purring of domestic cats. It's like their own kind of purr. Really, overall, they're interested in quiet, more intimate communications for the dense forest environment. They're not interested in loud territorial announcements.
To be
more
so
low-key. They're more introverted.
open.
Like to keep to themselves most of the time. And another thing they do love, as well as all the other big cats, is a nice long nap. Unfortunately for them, they don't get to experience the bliss of a night on a Helix Sleep mattress. Helix Sleep is a premium mattress company that delivers customized mattresses right to your door, and just so happens to be the sponsor of today's video. If you've watched my channel before, you know I've had quite the journey with Helix. First, they helped me get my sister Presley a new mattress as a graduation present, because they're the best. Then, I got jealous because the mattress was very comfortable, so I decided to get one for myself as a daybed for my office. All I had to do was fill out their quick and easy
Which again
sleep
is
quiz
not
that
the
matches you
same
to the
thing.
perfect mattress based on your body type and sleep preferences. And what do you know? I was matched with the same Helix Midnight.
Like 90% of these Helix ads are always the same. It's like, I got it for somebody else and they really like it. And it's like, and then this one even, it's like, I got it for the day bed and my guest bed. Still not her bed. Not the one she uses every night, so I don't know. It's hard to trust them.
Model as my sister. And it
These
came
particular
super quickly
ads.
to my place. Helix delivers your mattress right to your door with free shipping in the US. Comes
How
rolled up in
good
a box,
are they for
making
real?
it super
Because
easy to set up.
again,
Just unbox it,
like
roll
every
it.
single ad for not just Lindsay's, but like every ad that I've seen for a Helix bed, it was a gift for somebody else. So if anybody has a Helix bed, I don't need one, but like I'm curious, are they good?
Let it expand. You're done. Lickety split. Since having it, I have chosen many nights on my guest bed instead of my own, because it is just that comfortable. I've also had many compliments from my friends, which are staying at my place a lot more frequently now, which I am stoked about. Now you might be thinking, Lindsay, this sounds too good to be true, but I'm interested. Well, here's another reason
Get
to try
one
it
for
out.
you
You're
then. Why do
sure
you
if
not
you're
get it
gonna
for
love
you?
Helix offers a 100-night sleep trial. You get to test it out, make sure it's perfect for you for 100 nights. Plus, their mattresses come with a 10-year warranty, so you know you're getting quality. They also offer financing options and flexible payment plans. And they have an exclusive discount for you, i.e. a viewer of this channel, for 27% off your mattress purchase. Matter of fact, off their entire site. Go to helixsleep.com or scan the QR code right on the screen. Thank you, Helix, for sponsoring this video. Now, back to the sleepiest of cats. All right, next pick.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Haha. I feel like I've seen this image before and didn't manage to find the cat. Oh my God, I hate this. I can't ever see where I'm freaking pointing. Okay, up. Right there. He's right there. But like, maybe it's just because I wasn't looking at some of these big enough, you know? Well, snow leopard. Sometimes I think I'm looking at him and I'm looking on my phone and I think the image just isn't big enough. Because I found him immediately.
Who's that cat once again?
It's the snow leopard or whatever.
This is arguably the most iconic camouflage picture of all time. So if you get it, proud of you, because it is a little more difficult. But also, you've probably already seen it. So, I guess it balances out. I'm equally as proud as the last one if you got it. That's right, bitch. It's a snow leopard. If you weren't familiar with this picture before, maybe the second that you found the snow leopard felt a little creepy to you. It did to me. All of a sudden you see eyes. And then you realize that there's a predator looking right at you. Creepy. But it's supposed to be creepy, isn't it? That's evolution. Us being creeped out by shit like that. By a large cat staring right at us that we didn't see before. Evolution at work. Snow leopards are like the ghosts of the high mountains. Found all throughout the rugged mountains of Central and South Asia. Your Himalayas, your Tibetan Plateau, etc. Obviously, their camouflage is absolutely nuts.
Oh, there he is.
Smoky gray fur, peppered with dark rosettes and spots. Blends seamlessly with rocky slopes, snow, and shadows. This is disruptive coloration, where patterns break up an animal's outline, making them almost invisible in their rugged environment. A classic bamboozling scenario. They are masters of stealth, hunting at dawn and dusk, which helps them stay hidden from both prey and potential threats. Also, since they're solitary, less opportunity for prey to spot them. There's only one, unless there's a female with cubs. Otherwise, only one. Obviously, the thing about snow leopards is they're in the snow. high altitudes. That's their shit.
Imagine
Insane
that.
adaptation. In order to live here, their skulls have wide nasal cavities that allow them to take in more oxygen than normal in the thin mountain air. An absolute necessity for
Cool.
survival in habitats usually above like 9,000 feet. Crazy. Along with
Yikes.
this, they have short,
My poor nose
rounded
hurts
ears
just
to
thinking
conserve
about
heat
it.
and massive, furry paws that act like snowshoes.
You're so big.
Canada lynx, but bigger. Their long, thick tail not only helps with balance on steep, rocky terrain, but also serves as a scarf they can wrap around their face when resting in the freezing
Cute.
weather. Obviously, living on such steep cliffs at such a high altitude means that hunting is fucking nuts. But somehow they do it, capturing sheep, goats, other mountain ungulates, stalking from above before pouncing. They can leap over 50 feet at once, making them perfect ambush predators on
Oh
the
my
cliffs
God,
and
50
slopes where
feet.
their prey really only have two options: get your shit rocked by a cat or plummet to your death. Maybe both. Who knows? That's a tough environment to live in and move around in and enter and exit. So as you would probably expect, populations of snow leopards tend to be pretty, isolated. Yeah, why the fuck couldn't I think of that? So it turns out, based on genetic studies done in 2017, that there are multiple genetically different groups of snow leopards, even though they all look the same. They extracted DNA from scat collected across their ranges. And researchers identified 3 subspecies corresponding to different regions.
Wow.
There is the northern group from the
All that
Altai
from poop,
Mountains
huh?
and the southern Gobi Desert, the central group in the central Himalayas and the Tibetan Plateau, and the western group ranging across the Tian Shan, I hope I'm pronouncing these right, Tian Shan, ranging across the Tian Shan, Pamir, and Trans-Himalayan mountains. Unlike other cats, who typically breed whatever the fuck they want seasonally, snow leopards have to be strategic. Their breeding season runs from January to March, so cubs are born between April and June, just in time for summertime, when shit isn't
It's like the Oregon Trail. You had to leave at a very strategic time if you didn't want to get caught in the mountains in the winter.
heinous. Gestation's about 3 to 3.5 months. Then females give birth to typically 2 or 3 cubs in rocky dens. By about 3 months old, they start joining their mother on hunts and end up staying with her for about 2 years, which tends to be the case for most cats. And it turns out snow leopards are
There is a, so it's the Air and Water Show is coming up this weekend. And so the Blue Angels or whatever, like the planes are flying really loudly overhead constantly. So every so often, if you hear like a weird growling sound, I don't know if my mic will pick it up, but if you hear it, that's what that is. It's a plane flying really, really close and low and doing tricks. It's really annoying.
actually an exception to the rule when it comes to the roaring big cats. Because as always, nature never gives shit to you straight. They
These guys sound like drunk wine ants is what they sound like, is what the snow leopards sound like.
have growls, hisses, mews, similar to that of the clouded leopard, the puma, the cheetah, smaller cats. When they're breeding, males and females communicate with loud yowls. Like I mentioned before, they also use chuffing to communicate at a close range. But it doesn't seem to be a regular thing. They also don't purr. Or they minimally purr. Their sounds are adapted to convey information over the rocky terrain without revealing their exact locations,
Ah,
predators, or prey. Also, quick little fun fact, despite their name, they're actually more closely related to tigers than to leopards. These cats are full of surprises. All right.
And lies. Trickery and lies. Oh, I see
I
him.
mean cat.
The little... You're not going to be able to see where I'm pointing, but I can see him. I'm sure you can see him.
If you guessed leopard, you are correct. Either
Hi.
because you guessed it from the picture. Congrats. Or maybe you once again know me too well and realize I'm getting all the leopards out of the way. Leopards, classic leopards, arguably the most beautiful cats. Matter of fact, the most
pretty.
beautiful animals in the world. Look at them.
They are pretty.
It's honestly ridiculous. There's bitches in Miami getting plastic surgery to look like them. The leopard print everything.
Terrifying.
Fucking leopard print tattoos. That was a crazy time in our shit. I say, let's bring that back, but with clouded leopard print. Just fucking regular squares all over your shoulder. That's the next trend. I'm calling it now. Once cyber sigilism is over, it's gonna be clouded leopard print. I'm saying it. What? What?
Hello, bye.
Back to the OG leopards, which happen to be some of the most adaptable of the big cats. They have the widest distribution, ranging across most of Africa and a big chunk of Asia, from dry savannas, dense rainforests, to frosty Siberian forests and mountain crags. The adaptability comes through not just in where they live, but how they live. They are expert climbers,
Ooh,
patient
look at 'em
ambush
go.
predators, and if needed, they will drag shit up vertically. I want to see any bodybuilder attempt this. Dude, leopards can haul prey up to twice the weight of themselves into a tree. Like,
Wow.
all the way up. When I was in Kenya last month, I saw the carcass of a springbok dangling like 40 feet
Okay, no, you can't hear it.
off the ground. What the fuck? So, how did they do this?
It was really loud,
Well,
though, I promise.
Leopards are the perfect size. Not too big to break the fuck out of branches, but not too small to not be able to go after such large prey. And they have relatively short legs for a big cat, a long, muscular tail for balance, and powerful forelimbs to haul prey. And they're like fucking 200% muscle. I know, what a show off. But in reality,
Loser.
this is what leopards needed to do to survive. In areas with lions and hyenas, the leopard found escape and storage in the trees. Another thing that helps them survive. They'll eat just about anything. Gazelles, impala, also rodents, birds, even young baboons. If it moves,
Aw.
they'll eat it. And this allows
It's
them
got
to
the mama
survive
and the
in
baby.
all sorts of different habitats, like I mentioned. There are many changes with what's abundant, and their hunting style is the epitome of patience and precision. And this is where my favorite quality of the leopards comes in. Since they live in the trees, wait in the trees, and ambush from the trees, what does that mean? That's right, bitch. Leopards are known to drop down on their kills from the trees.
I really thought it was holding on with its tail for a second there, which is why I was like, oh my God, but no, it's just jumping. Just a good timing on that picture.
It's fucking sick. And I personally think it's the coolest thing about them.
You thought you were safe? Nope. You're mine.
One of the most iconic leopards is the black panther, not a separate species. A lot of people think black panthers are their own thing. You might have been wondering why I didn't mention black panthers before, but they're actually just leopards and jaguars affected by melanism. In leopards specifically, it's a recessive genetic mutation that gives them a jet black coat. Crops up in about 11% of leopards, which is actually a lot.
That's
But it's
kind
a lot
of-
more
yeah.
common in dense, humid forests, where being a dark shadow pays off in better camouflage and possibly heat regulation. At the other end of the world, and the other end of the spectrum, is the Amur leopard, the northernmost and one of the rarest subspecies.
He's a chonker,
These cats are built for the cold. They have thick fur and well-spaced rosettes, and a tail so long and thick, looks like they took it from a much larger leopard. The Amur leopard is bulkier than other leopards, and
Yeah,
unlike its tropical
chonky.
relatives, less interested in climbing trees. Instead, it's all over rocky outcrops and the ground of dense forests. Leopards communicate territory and intent through scent markings, scrapes, and rasping calls. Less of the full-throated roars of lions,
Yeah,
more like a
grumble,
sawing
grumble.
cough. They also growl, snarl, and will also meow. I've worked with a black leopard named Shadow who did that. She was really, really sweet. But leopards will fuck you up.
Meow.
Don't let them fool you. All right, this next one, this is the only potentially camouflage picture I could find.
Oh.
Pokey cat or something. I don't know. Where is it? I don't know.
It's
Okay.
so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. This was put in Business Insider. Find the cat.
It's
Stupid.
barely visible
Okay.
through the
Yes,
branches.
as all of you guessed. This is the Jaguar, the powerhouse predators of the Americas.
Yeah,
Arguably
okay,
what
Business
pit bulls
Insider.
strive to be, stocky and robust as fuck. Big ass heads, especially
Business Insider has gotten so used to only caring about things that like you can't actually see, like profits and margins and what's a business thing? Synergy, that it's forgotten how to look at things that are really in front of you.
in the males. They're perfectly engineered for stalking through dense forest, muscling through undergrowth, and launching sudden aquatic ambushes. Yeah, they're not just built for land. Jaguars are extremely aquatic, thriving in environments crisscrossed by rivers, lakes, and marshes. If there's water, you bet your ass a jaguar will be up in it. And use it not just to cool off, but to hunt, swimming after prey without a second thought. Shit like caning.
You thought you were
That's
safe?
metal as fuck.
I'm
One of the
coming
most
after
metalist
you.
features of jaguar populations is the frequency of melanism. Unlike
Okay,
leopards,
again.
where black coats are due to a rare genetic recessive trait, black jaguars are relatively common because this is a dominant allele trait. You know, the Punnett
Okay.
square shit? I should have said this
Yes.
earlier, but the recessive trait is like that 1 out of 4. You know how Punnett squares work.
Yes.
If it's a dominant
I do.
trait, a dominant allele, obviously it's going to show up.
It was like
a
one of the
lot
only
more
things I
than
ever
recessive
understood in
allele. I need to
biology
do a
was
Punnett
Punnett
square
squares.
thing. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, this is a dominant
So
allele in jaguars. So, in some populations, seeing a black jaguar is just another day in the jungle. Nothing unusual, nothing to write home about. Jaguars as a species seem to trace back to about 510 to 280,000 years ago. Relatively
That's
recent
really
as a
soon.
species. Sometime between
Yeah.
then, they appeared. They're found
Wow.
all over the Americas, from northern Mexico, even I think on very rare occasion Arizona, all the way down to Argentina. And it seems as though they are all one species. all the populations all throughout the Americas rather than multiple subspecies.
That's
all
really
one,
cool.
versatile, and widespread. Their hunting style is honestly overkill. They have the most robust bite force of all the cats, sometimes biting through turtle shells or even the skulls of medium-sized mammals. They're not picky. Just like leopards, they'll eat just about anything. Shit like capybara,
Sorry,
caiman, like I
capybara.
mentioned, large fish, anacondas, fucking condas, dude, and sometimes armadillos, which makes me a little sad. But it really just depends on what's
Sorry,
available.
armadillo.
Sometimes armadillos make up over half their diet, depends on what's around.
Wow.
They're opportunistic predators and tend to be mostly solitary.
I had a little plushie that was an armadillo when I was a kid. It had a little Stetson. It was really cute.
As you would probably guess. When they get together to bang, they stick around for like 4 to 5 weeks. A
Oh.
classic situationship. Then boom.
Yeah.
Single mom working 2 jobs. Just like other cats, the cubs will stay for about 2 years, learn to hunt from their mother, then go out on their own. Their vocalizations are pretty sick. Their most iconic call is this deep, repeating, sawing noise. Like somebody dragging a saw across wood. This is typically
is
a
what that sounded
territorial
like.
announcement, and also to identify themselves and potential mates and rivals. All right, next, pick.
There he is. Hello, Tigre. I see her.
Big cat. Yeah, the tiger. You better have gotten that. Tigers
did.
are without a doubt one of the most famous animals in the world.
so
One of the
pretty.
most easily identifiable. They're symbols of strength, resilience, and are the subject of Chinese myth and Hindu legends and art all over the world. They represent power, mystery, and unfortunately tend to be the favorite animal of the most toxic man that you know. Their classic black stripes on orange-brown fur. That's a tiger, easily identifiable. Maybe makes you want a bowl of frosted flakes. Perhaps makes you wish you could bounce around on a tail. But guess what, you freaks? Tigers are technically spotted cats. Yeah, I told you. Remember you doubted me when I said all these cats are spotted? Well, if you look very closely, each stripe is actually a stretched out rosette. And you know what they say. If you take a circle, stretch the shit out of it, eventually, boom, got a line. I can.
Oh,
I
is
can
that
show
what they
you with a
say?
hair tie. Spot or rosette. Boom, bitch, you got a line. Do that about a dozen times across the body of a cat. Boom, you've got a tiger. They're the
That's
only
really
cats that
cool.
took
I never
spots
really thought
and
about
turned them
that.
into stripes that we know of. So,
Just for fun.
why? Might seem like tigers are gaudy to a fault, but these are, of course,
they're
once again,
pretty.
perfect visual bamboozlery. Bamboozlery. Despite how
Honestly, I just love a cat with a pattern. I just think they're so cool looking every single time. I'm like, give me a cat. I would love a patterned cat. They're so pretty.
vivid and showy they look. Those banded, interrupted lines are the perfect visual trickery out in the wild. Clearly, the spots becoming more and more stripy had an advantage in their habitats. Tall grasses, the dense jungle for some reason. The stripes break up the cat's outline and let it vanish into the landscape. Like many other cats, tigers are loners except to bang and for child. Males and females only interact for reproduction, and then the females are left with the responsibility of raising the
Of
cubs.
course.
Males, bang, out. Like
Wham, bam,
so
thank you,
far out,
ma'am.
they will probably never encounter their own offspring. Out of here.
Wow.
Historically, tigers were divided into 9 subspecies spread across a massive range, from Siberia to India, Southeast Asia, and the islands of Indonesia. The recent genetic research using both modern samples and museum specimens has shown the picture is much less fragmented than we thought. All the tigers from continental Asia, from India to the Amur forests of Russia, are genetically similar enough that they're now lumped as the continental tiger. Then you've got the island tigers from Sumatra, Java, and Bali. That is the Sunda tiger. These island cats tend to be a little smaller.
He looks a little bit
stripes pressed tighter
weird.
on the back, possibly an
That one's the
adaptation
arty
for denser
tiger.
vegetation. This split is actually so pronounced
That one's had done some hard drugs at some point in their life. Like, look at that. Look at that, like that little mane he's got going on.
genetically that some researchers have argued that the Sunda tiger should be its own species,
Crazy eyes.
not just a subspecies.
Look at them crazy
There's no
eyes.
consensus for now. And the last subspecies, the Siberian tiger, juiced the fuck up. They can get to over 600
Wow.
pounds and 9 feet in length. They're fucking huge. If you're not new to my channel, I'm sure you've heard me talk about Siberian tigers I worked with back in the day. And they literally didn't look real. Looking at a Siberian tiger is the same feeling as looking at somebody on steroids. They
Terrifying.
look like animatronics. They've got thick, powerful limbs, massive heads, like disgustingly big. So much bigger than other tigers, and big, thick necks. This fits with a particular rule called Bergman's rule. Animals in colder climates tend to be larger, more sized
Makes
to
sense.
retain heat during winters. Their coats are also denser and lighter in color. than
This
tigers.
one just looks like bitch, hello. I like this one's expression.
Tigers elsewhere, better for snowy forests. But they're not white. There's some confusion that Siberian tigers and white tigers are the same thing. That is not the case. Makes sense why you would think that. White tigers, snow, camouflage. But white tigers are actually not really a thing. They're a thing in that they exist. It's the result of a rare genetic mutation that blocks pigment but allows black stripes and blue eyes. But there's a good chance that every white tiger you've ever seen in pictures or at some sort of facility is the offspring of a single white tiger that was found and captured from the wild in 1951.
Whoa.
He was then bred with other regular tigers until the trait came back up, and those were bred, and so on. A lot of
Whoa.
fucking incest. To the point
Crazy.
where probably over 90% of all white tigers that have ever existed were due to this incestuous
Gross.
captive breeding. That's a whole other video that I want to do at some point. So,
Okay.
sound off in the comments if you're interested. One of my
Sure.
favorite things about my time working with tigers was the opportunity to hear all of their vocalizations on a daily basis. Their roars are insane. Dude, 2 tigers fighting? Nuts. Fucking insane. You can hear their roars from up to 2 miles away. The roaring isn't all they do. Once again, the chuffing to show affection and say hello. It's especially used between mothers and cubs, but also between
What are they doing?
me and them. They growl, snarl, woof, and a ton of other shit depending on the context. And finally, the last one.
Who's that Pokemon?
I can kind of see it. I know where it is.
It's the king of the jungle, the lion, the icons, the inspiration of countless cultures.
But I couldn't
the
find its
symbols of
head.
royalty, strength, and success, and have been so for hundreds, if not thousands of years. But their story doesn't start there.
Were they the gay
Success.
lions again? Sometimes
And
they're
have been
gay.
so
Yeah, they are. Those are the gay lions. Like apparently, the one like there's supposed to be a matched set, and one of them has their foot on the ball and the other one doesn't. I don't remember what the other one's supposed to look like, but the ball is the male. And so when both of them have the ball, they gay.
for hundreds, if not thousands of years. But their story doesn't start there. It goes way back into the Ice Age. During the Pleistocene, lions had an enormous range. Different species adapted to very different environments. You had your Eurasian cave lion, the American lion, 2 massive cats, specialized for life in the tundra, and coniferous forests of Eurasia and North America.
Cool.
These lions, which lived from 400,000 to 11,000 years ago, were some of the largest cats to ever exist.
That is
we
big.
know of. Fossil evidence suggests they preyed on animals like elk and reindeer.
Wow.
Of course, at the top of the food chain. And also seem to have had spots. Today's lions
Cool.
still carry echoes of
Little
these
bit, yeah.
evolutionary spots. Lion cubs. Have you ever seen
Yeah.
a lion cub? They've got spots all over them. So boom, bitch. Like I said, every
Spotted
cat in this
cats.
group is spotted. Usually these
Okay.
fade with age, but may represent a kind of evolutionary ghost. Genetic memory from a time when speckled coats were the norm across ancestral lions.
Cute.
Easily the most iconic trait of the lion is also its most misunderstood, the mane. Only male lions grow manes, typically, and they vary widely in length, thickness, and color. Without context, you might think this is a cold weather feature. Obviously, it is not. They live in Africa. An extinct lion species didn't seem to have such a developed mane, if they even had one at all.
It's
So
just
what's
'cause
up
they
with
wanted
the
to get
shag?
fancy.
The most widely accepted idea ties to their social system. In no other big cat species do males so routinely face off in combat for the right to control access to females. Male-to-male competition is extreme in lions, with literal pride takeovers happening all the time. One
Wow.
hypothesis suggests the mane started as a display signal. Ladies love a thick mane. Exhibit A. Jason Momoa. Studies have shown that
fair.
darker, fuller manes are more attractive to lionesses and more intimidating
Very
to rival
fair.
males. There's also an older theory that the mane offers some physical protection during fights, especially around the throat and neck. But this placement doesn't neatly match where most actual attacks land. Typically, fights during pride takeovers, first off, aim for the ass, and second, also involve females, which obviously do not have protective manes. So that idea kind of fell apart as a sole driver in the development of the mane. Maybe it did play some role, but definitely wasn't the only reason. Some researchers suggest the mane might act as a genetic reminder of a time where fights were more frontal, kind of like a luscious, sexually attractive appendix. But yeah, arguably even more interesting than the mane is their social life, the pride, the lion pride. The pride typically includes about 10 to 20 individuals.
Wow,
But
that's more than
sometimes
I thought.
as many as 40 or 50. if the
Wow,
conditions
that's way
are
more than I
right.
thought.
The way this works is all the females in a pride are related. Mothers, daughters, nieces, sisters, they all stay in the same pride for life. Males,
Okay.
on the other hand, are kicked out when they reach sexual maturity, around 4 years old. And then about 4 years
Okay.
old, they attempt to take over their own pride by challenging other males. This is often violent and can end in death. If successful, they gain reproductive rights over the pride's females and will often kill existing cubs that do not belong to him. But who knows how long this will last. New competitors will appear. But when reproduction does happen, it's all at the same time. Lionesses often enter
Oh.
estrus at the same time. Lasts about 4 to 5
I mean,
days.
that
4
tracks.
to 5, not 45. 4 to 5. Males mate with them.
I mean, like, you know, it's the linking up, right? Makes perfect sense. If you have that many women living together all at once, makes perfect sense that they're all going to start kicking off at the same time. That happens.
They all have cubs at the same time, and then all the females take care of all the cubs. A community thing. They will feed all the cubs. Everybody's helping out. It's very neighborly. And I do actually have some really cute videos of lion cubs to show you from my trip to Kenya. So I'm gonna play those now.
Yay. Hey, yo. Oh, she's teaching him. Good job, boys.
I can't believe I
and
forgot to
girls.
mention this while filming, but lions obviously roar as well. And they do a specific kind of roaring called caroling when they're really happy or communicating with each other that you can hear from miles away.
That's so
I actually
cool.
have a video of it. I'm going to share it with you. This was taken inside of the indoor heated rooms that the lions would have that I worked with years ago. Outside, they have huge enclosures that all kind of connect into an indoor heated room for when it's a little cold outside.
And that's the big cats. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. which is on
Already there.
and the evolution of specific sharks, specifically why
I
they're
watched that
shaped
one
a
too.
certain way. Keep up with behind the scenes updates in our Discord server on Patreon. And for now, stay curious. The world has a lot for us to learn. See ya!
Bye. Oh, always really cool. I do love Lindsay's videos, especially. I mean, I love all of them. I love all of them. I did already watch the Hammerheads one. That one's already done. Solved. Watched it. I mean, I hope that you all enjoyed this too. I do love the big cats with the patterns. They're so cool. They're so cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.